Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Suhal and you are watching Arakan Times English News. Today is 29 January 2024. Today's news headlines: Terrorists AA gunfired Rohingya fishermen and injured 6 seriously. A Rohingya has been killed by unidentified armed group in camp. A Rohingya youth has been stabbed and killed by Indians. Collusion and bestial tactic of a terrorist to drive out the remaining Rohingya in Arakan. Details of the news. Due to gunfiring towards Rohingya fishermen in Naf River by terrorists, 6 Rohingya fishermen were seriously injured and their cargoes or substances were boarded. It is reported that some Rohingya who were traveling to somewhere through Naf River, situated between Myanmar and Bangladesh border, were fired with small guns by terrorists Arakan army, and it resulted 6 Rohingya seriously injured and some jumped into the river and still unknown their whereabouts. Yesterday at around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, a Rohingya boat which had 6 passengers rowing towards the village Kuntiping after fishing at the Naf River were shot with small guns by terrorists Arakan army near Kuntiping village in Mongdo township, situated between the Myanmar and Bangladesh border, and it resulted the 6 passengers seriously injured. According to an eyewitness, those who were fired with small guns by Arakan army are fishermen, and they went for fishing and they were shot while they were returning to their respective homes, and amongst them 6 of 6 including boatmen got injured and they are in serious situation now. He also went to say that the fishermen were shot and they could escape with serious injuries by jumping into the Naf River, but their cargoes or substances were boarded by Arakan army to their location. Most of the people's livelihood is fishing at Naf River, situated in Myanmar-Bangladesh border, and it is very difficult to carry family members if terrorists target the fishermen, and it will also lead our family members to die slowly with starvation, as we can't afford to carry family members through other sources, said a fisherman. A Rohingya has been killed by unidentified Rohingya armed groups in Camp 15 Zamzali, Coxbazar, Bangladesh on yesterday 28 January 2024. The deceased is identified as Muhammad Yasin, son of Abul Bari, a resident of Camp 15 Block C, Subblock C1, host number 59, FCN number 218721, and he was killed at about 10 p.m. on 28 January 2024. As per a resident of Camp 15, he was shot and the bullets touched his head and his head was scattered, and finally he was died on the spot, but it is still unidentified behind the murder of him, as the murderers ran away before the neighbors came out of the shelters after observing the sounds of gunshot. According to the report of a neighbor, it is defined that he was killed by members of Arakan Rohingya Army ARA, also known as Nobi Hussain Group, as it has been attacking Camp 15 since last 17 January 2024, and they have been carrying their operation against the residents of Camp 15 in various ways. There is many reports that ARS members kidnapped, extorted, and beaten the residents of Camp 15 with various baseless accusations. It is known that a Rohingya youth who is living at Hyderabad, India as a refugee was stabbed and killed by Indians on the last 28 January 2024. Muhammad Ibrahim, brother of Umar Farooq, a resident of Hyderabad, India, was stabbed and killed by Indians while he was returning home from market. According to the information, some robbers of India blocked Ibrahim in his way back to home from market, and the robbers tried to grab his money and materials. But when he denied to give money and materials to the robbers, then the robbers stepped and killed him, and then the robbers have taken the money and materials. As per an eyewitness, Ibrahim is a daily worker and he was going home after finishing the work, and he was robbed by Hindu robbers, and he denied to give his money and materials to the robbers, and then the robbers stepped and killed him. He also added that Ibrahim is a fatherless person and he is about 24 years, and his permanent residential address is Ward number 5, Mongdo Township, Arakan State, and he recently used to live in Hyderabad, India as a refugee. Rohingya refugees who are sheltered in India are seeking justice of Ibrahim from the government of India and its public, and Rohingya refugees of India hope that they will get justice by the government of India and its people. A is a terrorist group with close ties to Bengali terrorist Coup and is said to be the largest drug producer in Myanmar. Although the objective of a terrorist in the regional process are different from those of the Myanmar army, they have the same objective in the process of Rohingya. Both aim to exterminate the Rohingya at any way. Over the past few months, terrorists have been working in a strategic coalition with Myanmar's terrorist regime to exterminate the remaining Rohingya in Arakan. The tactics they are using cannot be predicted because their current policy is very different from their previous policies. Both teams are dramatically sacrificing their lives to fool the international community so that their policies are not exposed as before. It seems that the international community has been treated as an infant by the terrorist and terrorist regime of Myanmar. The tactics terrorists along with Myanmar terrorist regime are using against the Rohingyas are something like this. When they want to destroy a Rohingya village, first the terrorists invade the village and take position, pretending to attack the military, and then they threateningly call the Myanmar military to fight them in that village. When the military arrives, the terrorists quickly leave the village and the Myanmar army turns the village into a piece of hell. About 650 innocent people lost their lives, thousands injured. More than 15 Rohingya villages with thousands of houses have still been destroyed, and almost 10,000 people have been displaced by a terrorist in collaboration with Myanmar terrorist regime using the same tactics. The international community and the so-called Rohingya activists must keep an eye on the ongoing heinous tactic of the terrorists and the terrorist government of Myanmar in Arakan state. Thanks for watching Arakan Times English News.